Right now, good afternoon to Mr. Nick Hindson, a great inventor. Are you an inventor or a creator?
Both, really. Innovation and design, creating new ideas. Love taking new ideas to market. Something I've done for many, many years.
Talking of markets, market share, this is more than just a game. This is very clever. This is kind of like educational. It's kind of fun. It's kind of, it teach you how to do business. It lets your aggression out. You can have, you drag the family in.
Yeah, it's super competitive. Absolutely, super competitive, and people love playing it. We've been playing it in high schools. We've been playing it in with businesses, a few corporates, getting feedback from business people, see how they like it. Absolutely love it, and they're getting great feedback from both students and teachers as they play it.
No, I've got to ask you, you don't just wake up one morning and go, I'm going to make a fabulous game called Market Share. How did it come to pass?
Actually, the innovation, the inspiration for it, I've been in business for a number of years, and unfortunately my business came to an unfortunate end, and sitting back and looking at that, reflecting on it, I read a book by Michael Gerber called The E-Myth, and learnt from that there are a number of things that I'd missed, and a lot of things that I didn't know, and so I started looking at ways of helping entrepreneurs, business people, gain a better understanding of how to do business, and from that came the idea of creating a board game to help teach people. I like to call it a business education in a box. It's a way of engaging young people, getting them inspired about looking at business as a career path, and also giving people the opportunity to learn more about risk management, building strategy around their business, cash flow management, resource management, and there's an element of negotiation in there.
I don't mean to be cheeky, but if you've played a few games of this, it's kind of like getting a PhD in business. You get your masters in business. It's all there for you.
You're not going to learn everything from playing Market Share, but what we've done in the back of the game booklets is we've actually provided players with the opportunity to read through a business glossary, recommended reading, online resources, and then organisations in New Zealand that will help them grow and nurture their business. So while you can't learn everything, we are trying to provide everything that someone would need to actually go out and then learn for themselves.
We have this great number 8 wire mentality in New Zealand. It sounds to me as though you've had your business and you've gone, okay, where were the gaps?
Yeah.
And then you're like playing a game and you've kind of combined the two. That's quite unique.
Yeah.
Because, it's either a game for fun or you go off and you do something that's kind of you're going to learn from. This is a nice combination.
I think first and foremost this is a good fun game. The family can play this. We have family. We have family play it. We've had 12-year-olds. We've got my 8-year-old niece loves playing it.
Ruthlessly?
Yeah. Well, probably not at that age, but I tell you, give them a few years and they actually become very very clever around how to manage the risk and develop strategy in the game. And it's a good fun family game. But it also has that educational component to it. And so if you're interested in business economics and you want to learn more about those things, it's a great opportunity to learn.
There's a website you can go to, marketshare.co.nz. Marketshare.co.nz. If you missed it, don't panic. I'll give it to you again. You can grab a pen, a bit of paper. Marketshare.co.nz. Physically, the game, just describe it for our audience, and also how do you play it?
Okay, so first and foremost, there's a game board which houses on it 64 real New Zealand companies, and so those companies have partnered with us to actually promote their business and to also support business education and financial literacy in New Zealand. One of the big driving factors for us is that we really want to make a difference when it comes to helping grow our economy through business education, and
I like the fact, I can look down here. You've got Wasp Security, Kingdom Financial Services, Purple Sherbet. It's a very vibrant looking board too.
It is. And it's a good fun, it's interactive, it's colourful, and there's many aspects to it. It really keeps players thinking and engaged throughout the game. It's a good fun game, and I find that most people, by the time they've got to the end of the game, they've been thinking throughout the game. And we generally play it for anywhere between an hour to 4 or 5 hours, depending on how long you want to play it for. You can play it to a time limit or play right through the end. And it's a great game for a Saturday afternoon or a Saturday evening where people want to get together, perhaps for a glass of wine and play with friends. So it's a nice social game as well.
Sorry to interrupt you there, but how's it been accepted? You've said you've worked with some schools and that. I could see them getting into it in a big way.
Yeah.
How's it been accepted by the business community? You must have people playing that kind of think they know stuff about business.
Oh, absolutely.
How edgy do they get when they're playing?
Oh, it's interesting to see the dynamics when we play with business people. And I was talking to Craig McFadden and Derek Good over at Rapid Results. We played just last week, and interesting to see how they perform when they're playing the game. Craig was suggesting that he didn't take quite as many risks, whereas Derek, who doesn't normally take as many risks, was taking a lot of risks, and so it gives you the opportunity to try things out, play around with risk, develop strategy, and actually learn about strategy, learn how to develop strategy. And as you play this game more and more, you become better at all of those skills. People
will often talk in business, I'll say there's the short game, where you've got a product, you get in, you get out.
Yeah.
Then there's the long game, where you want to look after customers, you want to accumulate assets and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Can you play a short game, or is this a long game if you really want to make it?
The great thing about the game is that you can play it for an hour, mark on the back of your game sheet where you're up to, and then actually come back and play next week or the week after.
Oh, so you can continue the same game?
Continue the game, and I'm in the process.
Oh, that's vicious. No, that's vicious.
So I'm in the middle of several games with different groups of people, and I've had games that have lasted for 3 or 4 months and more. So in between the first and second sitting. So it's a game that once you play it, you'll unfortunately be hooked on it. It's quite addictive.
What I was going to say, not only addictive, but it sounds to me as though if you have an addictive personality, you're going to go away. You're going to, well, we'll call it quits today. We'll just keep track of this.
Yeah.
Then you go away and you strategize and come back again. Does that happen?
It does. It certainly does. And I've seen games where someone might have been playing and ahead of everybody else at the end of the first session. By the time we've come back, by the end of the second session, someone else is winning. And so it's not over really until you get to the end of the game, and so it's very dynamic in that way.
Now, I just want to talk about marketshare.co.nz. Not just the game. The game is Market Share, the New Zealand Business Strategy board game. That's pretty simple for you guys listening, but marketshare.co.nz is the website you need to go to. What does the website have there? Can we see the game? Can we buy the game?
Yes, you can buy the game. You can buy the game online for $89.99.
Yep.
And you can go there now and get a copy of that. We'll courier those out to anywhere in New Zealand. The website, you can go there, read a little bit about it, get some of the testimonials. People have played it and their feedback. You can watch some videos of people playing it. We've had Telecom was very supportive, and they allowed us to take a group of students into their front room. Just a few weeks ago, there's a video there of students playing it and having a bit of fun and engaging with the game. So there's also another video of people who have just played it from a business perspective, given their feedback. So it's a great opportunity to have a look, check it out. So
in terms of numbers, I mean, how many numbers can play, and age as well? I mean, is it better if youngsters play with youngsters, or can you spread it through the family?
Certainly mix that up. We've had 12 and 13-year-olds playing with adult groups. Generally speaking, we suggest 12 plus, but we've got 8 and 9-year-olds that play the game and really get into it. And it's just a good, fun family game.
Well, I like the fact that it's fun, but the other side of the coin, we often talk in terms of one thing we don't have in our school curriculum is financial literacy.
Yeah.
We don't teach business acumen. We don't do that. Is it possible playing this for youngsters to kind of get their head around that?
Oh, certainly. And, I mean, the older they are, the more they'll understand. But I've been very impressed with the level of business education that's starting to roll out in the country, in New Zealand. And I'm pleased to see that there's more and more of that going on. In fact, I've just come from Auckland Grammar School, and we've been judging as on the Dragon's Den panel some of the students that are coming through with their young enterprise businesses. And the innovation, the level of innovation that's coming through and the acumen that they're demonstrating is actually very, very impressive. In fact, there's a couple of businesses there I'd be keen on investing in myself. So the students, the business students that are taking business now are really demonstrating a very high level of acumen, which I'm very impressed with.
So the game is Market Share. You can find it at marketshare.co.nz. Buy it. Sit the family down. Maybe this weekend. Well, it wouldn't get couriered to them this weekend, but by next weekend you can definitely have it. So marketshare.co.nz. Go and check the game out. Buy one. Sit down with the family. You don't know where it could lead you. You could have the next big billionaire sitting at the kitchen table without even realising it.
Absolutely.
Okay, now, Nick, thanks very much. There's an 0800 number as well, 0800 249 426. That's 0800 249 426. Nick Hindson, have a great afternoon.